Welcome back to this amazing venue here in Baraboo in Wisconsin. It is the Apex Wisconsin Open, the CSI Predator US Pro Billiard Series stop number 2 on our travels around the States. And up next, Robbie Capito, as you can see on your screens there, with Roland Garcia. And I think Roland has just about won that leg. Referee John Lehman is going to adjudicate. Well, I'll tell you what, we might have to have a releg. It must be close. He can't make up his mind. While they're sorting that one out, let me introduce you to the guy that's going to share the booth with me on this occasion. He was here yesterday and he's very welcome anytime. Daniel Schneider. Hi, Daniel.
Thank you for having me.
I hear you had an easy win this morning.
Yeah, I was, I don't know, practicing for 1.5 hours. It's not too bad either. At least got to play more than if you play your opponent, right?
Yeah. So they've sorted that out then. So Roland Garcia has won the leg, just about. And we'll break off 2 races to 4. It's 10 ball. It's cool shot. And Roland was in a hurry yesterday. Let's see how he fares today.
So he was on fire yesterday, you're saying?
Yeah.
I didn't see his match.
Yeah, he certainly was. And this is our first look at Robbie Capito, or mine for sure. He's also a Filipino, but living in Hong Kong, 20 years old. And his claim to fame so far, he actually knocked out Eklund Kachi of the 2018 World 9-Ball Championships when Eklund was actually the reigning champion. So he can obviously play a bit. And here he is in the second round of the Apex Wisconsin Open. So obviously going to be a few early nerves. Daniel, what's it like? You've played on this arena table. What's it like when you're walking in here?
Yeah, I think the main difference is you have a shot clock here on the TV table and not on the outside tables. So that's the biggest difference, obviously. Even though maybe you don't use the full time every shot, it's just in the back of your mind.
I'm talking of that extension cord.
Yeah, extension cord. And, you know, sometimes the conditions on a TV table are a little bit different because it's not played as much on like the other tables. So that is always a little adjustment in the beginning. So that sometimes when you see on the TV table a match, they miss a few shots in the beginning. You have to get used to it. But then we see really good matches like the match before that, Aloysius Yap versus Pius Laputis, and it can turn around really quick.
Yeah, one shot that match turned around on, didn't it? Crazy. Yes. Aloysius couldn't believe he missed that 5-ball. Extension called this time by Robbie Capito. Wow. Buried the cue ball in the rail there.
Just missed it by a hair.
Yeah, and there's no fiercer competitor on the circuit than Roland Garcia. Huge amount of experience. Really, really big competitor.
Yeah, he's had some good weeks, right? In Arizona, he ended up second place.
Yep, second.
Then at Derby City Classic, he placed deep as well.
Yeah, he played really deep there.
So
he's going to play this off the 5.
Definitely one of the favorites here.
This is a clever shot. Look at that. Cleared the 5 away, Daniel, to make space for the 2. Great shot. As we said, a lot of experience. And somebody, was it not you that commentated with me on Darren Appleton yesterday? I think it was, wasn't it? Was it not you?
No, I was watching from down there. I think it was the match before that.
Played well, right?
Yeah. Yeah, very convincing. Really a certain attitude, like a very sure appearance at the table.
Yeah.
So you could tell he was in stroke. You could tell he was prepared for all of this.
Roland has to watch his shirt there. He's okay. He's quite a long way from the 5. before, sorry.
No, this one is not. Yeah,
You're going to play this with a bit of outside just to bring it down the centre of the table.
yeah, I think so.
Oh, he's gone inside. That's how much I know. He's gone a little bit too far here.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, the outside, yeah, it doesn't catch as much, especially if you play top. Is that too thin? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, too thin. Wow, I didn't think he'd hit that one too thin.
So mistakes from both so far.
Yeah, and a full schedule again today, 6 matches. And I just want to explain a point that you made about this table not being played on as much. Of course, it isn't, for the simple reason that there's no practice allowed on this table in between matches. You're just allowed a little bit before you come and play on the actual table, where of course the other tables are open all day and all night, and you can jump on them anytime you can, which I know you do as much as possible. Do you enjoy practice?
I'm sorry?
Do you enjoy practice?
Yeah, of course. It's like everything else, I believe you get rewarded for whatever you put in the time. In the long run, if it's not in the short time, if you don't get rewarded today and tomorrow,
it's coming.
Yeah. You won't improve if you're hoping for a better day every day. So it seems like he makes those 4 or 5 balls and gets the first rack done.
Yeah, he settled down after that miss on the 1 ball. Settled down nicely. Got his stroke going. One of the few players using a wood shaft these days. They seem to be disappearing fast, the wood shaft.
Yeah.
He's playing a lot of English on this, look. And in it goes. So the first rack then to the Filipino. They're both Filipinos. That's a good side bet there. The Filipino's going to win this. So Robbie Capito then, the 20-year-old. And he certainly looks the part. He looks a very well-presented young man. But there are other games going on the tables around us, guys, and we're going to be keeping you up to date. We have this one, of course. We have John Mora playing Michael Jednak. Later on, actually, at 5 o'clock, we've got a great match coming up on this match table. Mario He against Danny Olsen, the boy from Colorado. So that's going to be a great match. And Darren Appleton will be in the commentary booth with me for that one. Roland Garcia looking on. So
there is one interesting thing happening that you mentioned. The carbon fiber shafts are coming into business very fast, and the wood shafts are disappearing. One thing you can see is that I don't quite get is that the Asian players somehow stick to their wood shaft, just like Aloysius Yap, for example, and then these two here.
Yeah, and I think this is my theory on it. I believe most Asians in general are more feel players, and maybe I'm not describing it exactly right, but they tend to feel the shot more rather than I always find that carbon fiber is a little bit clinical kind of thing, not much feeling. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I think.
Have you played with wood?
Could be true. Could be true. Yeah, I played a long time with wood. I mean, all my, I don't know.
All your young life.
Yeah, but that means, still played pool for like, I don't know, 14 years, 15 years, right? And I played all my life with wood shaft until I switched to the Revo. And I believe you can, develop that feeling if you think you don't have the feeling with the Revo shaft or with the carbon fiber shaft in the beginning. It is a change, but once you're adjusted, you're adjusted. So it's just, it's just preference, I guess.
Yeah, I think if you've played for many, many years with wood and then tried to make the transition, it's maybe a little bit more difficult. But there's lots of players doing it. There's one to our left right now, John Moore, who's playing. He's recently switched from wood to carbon fibre. He's also switched hands from right to left. What about that for a story?
Yeah.
So back to the table then. Played the bank in the side with an element of safety as well.
Yeah, I mean, that turned out better that way, because if he made it, what would he have here?
Yeah, not a
I mean,
lot.
I don't think he could play the 3-ball. 3-ball is kind of in a funny position. Do you go, you know?
It's a funny little layout, this, isn't it? He's finding the gap between 6 and 8 here.
Kick it from that side, you also have the risk of making the cue ball by the 9.
Yeah, it's a big pocket with
He
a
hit
9.
it good, though.
Wow, how well has he hit that? Okay, he's left a shot for Roland, but again, it's not easy to get on that 3-ball, Daniel.
No, you gotta play a very good position here, right on the spot there, to get to the 3-ball, because if you're too far out, yeah.
Well, the 3's in the open now. Unfortunately, the 2 isn't. Well, or is it? Well, I'm right behind the 2-ball, looking across at the table, and the 2 just doesn't go. It might go off the back of the 9. Don't know whether you want to risk playing anything like that. Play a safety,
I think so, yeah.
Well, that was a different way of playing it.
That was good.
What a great shot that was. So how are you enjoying life in America rather than Switzerland? I know you got your brother over here at the moment.
Yeah.
Always nice to see him, I guess.
Of course. It's good, it's good. It's different. Of course.
And are you teaching your son Paul at the moment? Has he started yet?
Yeah. They play pool.
Really?
I mean, just for fun, yeah. If you have a table at home, you know.
So nice opening here for Robbie. He's gone a bit wide with that one. So now then, a real chance, you could say, this is for Roland. Not much to do with a cue ball. And Tyler Steyer in action on one of the outer tables as well, I've just noticed. Actually, I've got a question for you in a minute. I've got a Moscone question for you. Can you guess what it's going to be?
No idea. Surprise me.
Well, yeah, he holds his hand up there. He's very fortunate to have a shot at this 6-ball. Now he can just go up and down. Nice little roll there. And this is a little bit of a different match to his first one we saw yesterday. He ran out like a greyhound. Ran the first 4 racks in about 8 minutes.
All right.
He had a tremendous performance.
So he starts slow here, but he will, you know, he will speed up once he starts feeling more comfortable. That's what we see, right?
Yeah, he's already doing that, isn't he? Unfortunately, he's going to have to wait for a little bit of a break. And so are you watching at home, guys. We'll be back very soon. Welcome back. I'm sat next to Daniel Schneider, and we are enjoying, as we hope you are also, the beginning of this match between Roland Garcia and Robbie Capito. We're all level 1-1, honours even at the moment, and the break off is dry. So the young Filipino living in Hong Kong, Robbie, comes to the table. He's probably going to push. Where are you going to push to, Daniel?
Yeah. I would say probably give a thin shot, like a push to the diamond on the short rail here below the 10 ball.
Oh, this is a clever shot. I think he's playing.
Yeah, that way he has a shot, but to get to the 2 ball is super tough. But you know, I think if he makes the 1 ball here, he might be able to hit the 3 on the right side and get on the 2 anyway.
Wow, yeah, you're thinking of going that way. I was thinking of going the other side. But look at him, yeah. He's thinking he can get past the 3 ball. No.
Is he calling the 10 ball? Or what's he calling?
He's called the 1 in the corner.
Yeah, I think he plays safe, right? He brings the cue ball around where the 6 is and plays the 1 ball 2 rails down. No, that was just...
Maybe he did call the 10. Either way, he's left a shot on the 1 ball now. So a little bit of a mistake there from Roland, giving half a chance. Not easy. Well, I think he can miss. Can he miss the 9 ball, do you think, Daniel? He missed the 9 to get... I think he can he? Or he's going to draw into the 7 ball, maybe, and hold himself on the 2.
Or he doesn't hit anything, and...
Wow.
I think he was hoping to hit the 9, maybe.
Yeah, he's hoping to hit something. He's going to have to go and hit his jump cue now, because he needs to get up and over the 7 ball. And if this is dead straight, this 2, he can't really do much with a cue ball. He can try and draw it back a little bit if he wants. There you see the style. Looks pretty good to me. Well, he made the jump. There was the problem. It was almost straight. And there you heard the shot clock just beeping in the background. 30-second shot clock, guys. 1 extension per rack each, of course. Now, I was going to have Kang Lee in the booth with me, and we were going to talk about the Carom World Championships, the 3 cushion World Championships, Daniel, coming up in March in Vegas.
Yeah.
And have you ever played 3 cushion?
Yeah, not really.
Not interested? You won't be entering the World Championship then?
No, yeah, I was just going to say there is not much expertise I can bring you there. Because, I mean, you know, yeah, where I grew up, at that pool hall, we had 1 or 2 carom tables, and we would shoot some balls, you know, occasionally, but it's...
You're more interested in potting balls, in making balls?
Yeah, I just feel like when I have time to be at the table, I want to spend it where I usually spend it at tournaments. I'm not saying that 3 cushion isn't a great game to expand your kicking and all of that, but I personally would rather play some safety game or some banking or whatever on a pool table than play 3 cushion.
Well, just going 1 cushion there, across for the 6. Now is he going to play? No, he won't play 7-10. He'll just come back for it in the side, won't he? He's playing in the corner.
Yeah, but that's short.
Yeah,
that's short. So yeah, probably just slide over and take the 8 long, I feel like that's the best shot, because you can't. I feel like it's hard to draw it, but maybe.
Oh, he's certainly got a hold of that. And he doesn't want to end up on this rail. He needs a Darren Appleton shot now.
Is that one easier now than the one long? Either it's long short or short long. Doesn't matter, he makes it.
What a great
Good shot.
Well played. He's going to take the lead, 2-1. Perfect on the 10, and this is unmissable. And in it goes. So let's have a little look around the arena, and I can see Michael Jednak is 2-0 down against John Mora, who John Mora's on the 10. He's about to go 3-0 up. And I can see Joe and Bustamante over there just having a little practice, I think. We might be in a game.
I think he's in a match.
Yeah, he is. I'm going to get these scores up in a minute. And guys, if you want to go to the website, it's usprobilliards.com. There's all the brackets there for you, the order of pay, the schedule, all about the prize money, and all about where you can watch the CSI Predator US Pro Billiard Series events. This one here in Wisconsin, then we're all off to Las Vegas. And then it's a little break before we head to Michigan in the fall, and then on to Ohio, and then the beautiful sunshine and beaches of Puerto Rico. Back to the snow of Wisconsin. Oh, that's a great break. Really, really held the cue ball right in the center of the table. Look at the 1 ball. Does it pass the 6? I can't see. Can you see from there, Daniel?
I don't think it passes.
So, what are
maybe
you doing
we don't
here?
see it. Maybe we don't see it, but I don't.
He's looking at it as if it might go.
Well, maybe.
No, maybe he's playing the 6. I think he's playing the 6, is he?
He's playing safe.
Oh, he's played safe.
Yeah, that's pretty
And
good.
that's pretty safe. He's not making anything from there.
He has to, play the 1 rail. I mean, if he hits it, he brings the cue ball down towards the 5, which is good. But you have to hit it at a good speed, though. And you only see half, maybe a quarter of the ball, of the 1 ball. Yeah.
Yeah, it was difficult, wasn't it? It had such a thin edge to catch, as you said. Had to be deadly accurate with that one. So it's ball in hand for Roland. And just a quick word about our other sponsors, Seabirds.com. Loads of good stuff there on their website. Go and have a look. If you're a pool fanatic, then there's bound to be something there that you want to buy. And also Alpha Coin. Our good friend Esteban Robles. And I actually saw a post from Esteban. He's in Hawaii at the moment. It's all right for some, isn't it? I thought he'd gone back to the Philippines, but he's actually in Hawaii doing a bit of surfing, no doubt. And also our great sponsors and friends at Kamui, makers of excellent tips. I actually use a Kamui Super Soft Black, my favourite tip.
Yeah, I think it's great to see, collaborations like this between Predator, Kamui, and Alpha, and all the other sponsors. Because in the end, they're all in the same business, and the goal is to win more people for the sport. And I think that's what's happening here with the stream and everything.
Do you know what I like playing here? You might think I'm crazy for saying this. I like drawing into the 9 and 10 here. That's what he played. And that was a pretty big target, That was...
Yeah.
He should,
I'm surprised he missed it.
I'm really surprised he missed it. I thought that was the right shot, and he has missed a chance there because he would have been perfect on the 4 in the side, and he would have opened up, of course, the 9 and the 10. Now he goes for the jump stick, and he is using the air rush.
Yeah, whoever hasn't tried it, you try it and get one, because I believe it's the best jump cue out there right now.
He got up and over it, and now look at this. Now Robbie Capito has exactly the same opportunity.
Yeah, but here he would have to go 2 rails and kick it, you know, the 10.
You don't think he can draw into it? No, it's too thin.
I think it's too much angle. Or, I mean, it's not natural, because
Yeah.
if he has to draw it that hard, you see the angle?
Yeah, I see it now, yeah.
He would land somewhere, and he tried that probably.
He's tried it as well, but he's okay though, because he's come out far enough, has he? Yeah, he's okay. He can slide this down.
This shot is harder than it looks from the TV perspective here, though.
Yeah, this is a Sky Woodward shot, this one. He loves this shot, Sky Woodward.
Yeah.
He's well known for this thin cut.
Go back and forth a few times.
Yeah, about 5 or 6 times.
Well, the question is, you know, if he makes that 5 ball, where he makes a 7 is clear, but what is going to happen after?
Well, he's overcut it as well. So let's see now what Roland does. Will Roland risk going into the 9-10 here? I think he's got to.
Well, now you're going to, you know, catch the 10 on the right side. Oh, sorry, I mean, yes. Yeah. Catch it on the left side, which is the right side.
Yeah.
Not the...
As long as you don't get it wrong. Just like that.
Yes.
Finally, after about 4 different attempts, we finally got that 9 and 10 separated. So Roland then with the chance of going on the hill, and he's just floated that in beautifully, drawn the cue ball back, finished perfect on the 9, just stopped the cue ball for the 10 in the side. And I think we are going to be going for a very, very short break. But we will be back with Roland Garcia on the hill. Welcome back. The players are back. Daniel Snyder and I are back. He just showed me a picture on his phone, and I don't think I'm going to sleep tonight. A picture of his brother in swimming shorts outside in the snow, just so you know.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, please clarify what you saw, because I don't want my wife to think, whatever I showed you wasn't appropriate.
I would never expect that of you.
No, no, I'm very
Conservative, I would say.
yes.
So, back then, on the hill, Roland Garcia. Have a look around the table, Daniel, and I'm going to have a look around some scores and describe what you would be doing now.
Well, I think call the one bank shot, and actually I will call the other pocket, but he calls the left side. I would bring the cue ball behind the 4 ball, but what's he doing? Brings it behind the 5 ball.
Oh, and the 1 ball's going close, and it's in. And
Okay,
he called it as well.
And I think, yeah, he sees the 2 ball. It's just probably too thin to cut it in. Cut it into the side pocket. And you're gonna pick up too much speed.
Just a couple of scores from around. Abdullah Al Youssef won the first set against Jeremy Fedkenhauer, 4-0. Tyler Steyer in action won the first set 4-1 against Chris Lawson. And as you see on your screens, of course, 3-1 up also for Roland Garcia. And John Mora is also 3-1 up against Michael Jednak. So you're all up to date. The 10 ball's going very close. Did he call it? He did, you know. No, he didn't.
No, he made the 2 ball in the side. I mean, if he called it, then yeah, if the 10 wouldn't go and he makes the 2 ball, then it's option for his opponent.
Yeah.
Because there is no possibility to call 2 balls.
Look at this for a shot. Just carry him into the 9.
Good shot.
Perfect shot. Beautifully played. I'll tell you, this is one of the guys I really enjoy watching. I just love the way he plays, Daniel. He's got all the strokes.
Yes. Yeah, and from here, most likely 4-1 in the first set.
You see his right eye over the cue. Stuns off the side rail, back over. Perfect for the 8. I often wake up in the mornings a little bit tired and thinking, oh God, another day. And then I remember what I've got to do for a living. And it's just amazing to just come here and sit and watch great pool all day, every day. It's just amazing. And this is going to be the first set. And in it goes. So Roland Garcia takes the opening set, but it's not over yet, of course. As we've seen on many occasions, especially this morning, Yasmin Ocean was almost down and out against Dennis Grabe. He won the first set 4-1. Actually, Yasmin Ocean started the day with a golden break in the very, very first rack, and then never won another rack in the set. And then Dennis was cruising 2-0 ahead in the second set. All of a sudden, he missed half a chance on a 4 ball. And Yasmin come back, won the set, and almost won the shootout.
Well, just like the match right before this one, Aloysius Yap misses a 5 ball when after he won the first set 4-1, is 3-0 ahead in the second set and loses 4-3, and then it goes into shootout, and he snapped it off in the shootout. But that could have gone totally different.
Pear-shaped, as we say. So here we go then. Breaking off in the second set. It is winner breaks, but because Roland broke in the first set, the opponent always breaks first in the second set. And it's a dry one though, unfortunately. And there's a nice safety on here, up behind the 10.
Yeah, you called it, and he pretty much froze him to the ball.
Yeah, and he's put that 5-ball very close to the 1 as well, which makes it even more difficult. So, well, he needs a bit of Efren magic here.
Yeah, maybe he can play it into the rail, you know, play it low, basically draw it, try to
Straighten it a bit.
straighten it a bit,
Oh, he's got
but
to
it's
hurry.
sliding at the same time, so that's what he did. Good shot.
Oh, what a great shot that is. Robbie Capito. He's on Hito.
Not too much reward though.
Watch this, just as you called it. Played it with low just to straighten it up, and there you visibly saw it. What a great shot. At least he's got a shot at the 2 though.
So he plays behind the 10 ball.
The 10 ball is very important in many ways.
Yeah.
And you can make early 10s. It does count as long as you call it. Apart from on the break, of course, where you don't have to call it. First set to John Mora 4-1. And he's 1 up in the second against Jednak.
Did he call the 9? I think so.
Yeah, great shot. Tap on the table. Now, did you hear my little story earlier about where the tap on the table originated from? You know, when you appreciate someone's shot, you know where that comes from?
No, tell me.
It comes from orchestras when they're playing their classical music, and a soloist will do a violin or a trumpet or whatever, a solo. And then because the orchestra weren't allowed to speak, they would show their appreciation by a tap on the floor with their foot or their instrument or whatever.
Cool.
And we adopted it. So that's kind of nice, isn't it? Just a little.
I didn't know that.
Just a useless piece of information that you'll probably never use again.
All right, he made the jump shot. And now even more important, cut the 2 ball in. And I guess go back and forth with the cue ball, but on the long.
Just made it, and that's a great shot, you know.
And he kicked the 3 ball.
Oh, unlucky. He's got an easy 2-rail kick here, though.
Yeah. What do you do with it, though?
Yeah, I don't think he can get behind it, can he?
Nah, he can't stop the cue ball there. No. So I think he maybe plays 2 rails and tries to skim the 3 ball.
Yeah,
and bring the cue ball back down where he's standing now.
He's called his extension there. Well, could have been worse, I guess.
Is he going for the combo or, well, I'll probably play the 3 ball to the 8 and the cue ball behind the 9.
We also have the Wisconsin State Championships going on at the moment. 87 teams there are upstairs and downstairs. There's 2 ballrooms. There's the lower dells and the upper dells. And I saw on a poster outside actually today, Elvis is going to be in the building on the 15th of February, just after we leave. Yeah, an Elvis tribute, that is, not the real one. Unless he is alive and kicking somewhere, of course.
So he basically missed safety and gave Robbie Capito the chance to play resave with the cue ball behind the 8. And that's executed perfect.
Brilliant shot. Yeah, tap on the knee. And one thing I've noticed about Roland Garcia, always very appreciative of great shots. I remember from the final against Fedor Gorst in Arizona. He was very, very free and open with his applause to Fedor. Really does appreciate the game.
He goes 2 rails. Oh, wants to kick the 3 in the side, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was going a bit wide there, and he has gone wide.
Yeah, those 2 rails or 1 rail kicks where you're so close to the rail is like, they're super hard.
Hard to see, aren't they?
Yeah. Hard to see the angle, how they come out of the first rail.
I know a lot of players use the diamond system. Can you use it in that situation or not?
Yeah, you can.
Another question, do you use it?
Yeah, it's just the margin is way smaller when you're so close to the rail of where you hit the rail exactly. You know, if you're just a very small percentage off of where you wanted to hit it, the rail, or you calculate wrong, then you miss it by like a foot or something.
Yeah, it's exaggerated
It
because you're so
looks
close.
way more than it is, yeah. So how is he getting on the 8 ball here? Is he getting straight on the 7? So, well, I mean, you don't want to. You have to
draw
land
to the rail.
straight.
Yeah. Draw to the rail.
But I think he has a little bit of angle, so he can play 2 rails and play the 8 past the 9 down table. I think that's what he's looking at, because the 7 has a little bit of an angle. So 2 rail and play the 8 long. Just a matter of getting the speed right. I think he got it.
Wow, what a great shot this is. Look at that. Oh, that's well played. So having lost the first set, Robbie Capito is on cue here to win the first in the second set. Look at them eyes on the prize. We've seen that so often, these cameramen picking up some great shots. And in it goes, and we'll be back. Welcome back to Wisconsin CSI Predator US Pro Billiard Series, the Apex Wisconsin Open. Robbie Capito breaking off in the second set, having lost the first. He's 1-0 ahead, set number 2. Two ball in the side.
Good break. Sees the one.
Ball still spinning up on the rail, the 4 ball.
Yeah, he can cut the 1 ball in and plays as soft as possible and get a good angle on the 3 ball.
Can he
to go
hold
down
it?
to 4.
Can he hold this, or is he going to have to play off a couple of rails, Daniel?
I guess that's preference. Maybe he plays it 2 rails. That's perfect.
Same result, yeah.
Exactly the angle he wanted. Guess he didn't like slow rolling it.
I remember when I used to have hair like that.
They come and go, right?
They just go at the moment now. They don't come back. So this looks lovely and straightforward, just what you want in the second set when you've lost it, when you've lost the first one. He seems to be growing in confidence, Daniel, at the moment.
Yeah, you know, the break matters a whole lot. I mean, if you have a good break and you get nice layouts like this, then you can get into the game easier than when you have 3-4 times safety battles back and forth.
How much do you
actually
study the break? How much do you practice the break?
Well, that's one thing I noticed, you know, that this is definitely something I need to work on more, especially for this format. And with the triangle rack and short races, it matters a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
So this is something I'm going to be working on for sure. Also because it's winner break. You know, if you have 2 good breaks, you can run 2-3 tables.
Yeah.
If you make a point and then always have a bad break, then your opponent says thank you. So he goes 2-0 ahead, I believe.
Yeah. In it goes. So he's halfway there to forcing a shootout. Now, I've got a question for you, Daniel. We had 34 matches yesterday on day 1 of this Apex Wisconsin Open. How many do you think went to a shootout, Daniel?
My guess are 17.
10.
10. All right.
So it's they Fargo rate and CSI, of course, and Predator keeping lots of stats and figures from all the tournaments that we host, of course. And
so
they
about
average between 28 to 33%. And yesterday was 34% of matches. So not as high as you might first think, but they are exciting. Perhaps that's why we remember them so much. And Fed, of course, lost on a shootout last night against Lukautis.
Yeah, interesting to see would be how the shootout quote races throughout the tournament. You know, when the field gets more, let's say, tighter, some people are out, and then the quality of the players that are still in, on average, is higher towards the end of the tournament.
Yes.
So
I see what you're saying. So how many shootouts are occurring towards the end of the tournaments rather than at the beginning of the tournaments?
The first day, yeah.
Yeah. So we're going airborne then with Filipino Airways. And unfortunately, we just overcut it too much. So I just mentioned Dimitris Lukautis, who beat Fedor last night. He will play Sharik Saeed, another great Singaporean, in the next round. And there's another mouth-watering matchup between Darren Appleton and Mika Immonen.
Yeah.
That's to come tomorrow as well. So lots to look forward to. And still lots to look forward to today, of course. We've still got 3 more matches.
That was a good shot. He just got it right enough, but not too much.
Yeah, keeps it simple. Leaves.
The challenge here is getting on the 9.
Yeah, interesting to see how he's going to play that. Oh, this is clever. You know what he's played here, don't you? He's left to leave the angle to shift either the 10 or the 9 here.
You like touching balls, right?
I love touching balls, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you just risk already.
I'll tell you, he played it. Do you think he played it? No?
Not sure. Well, now he
Now
can
he
do it.
can.
Now he can.
Yeah.
That's the better shot to do it
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Because if he, if he skims the 10 or the 9, it can get funny on the 7. But now he has security. He can make the 7, kick the 10 hard, exactly like that, and he makes sure he has a shot on the 8. Now it's an easy draw shot across the table, and
I was premature by 1 shot there.
yeah.
So I actually thought that he played it. I thought give yourself 2 chances at it, but maybe not.
Maybe he did.
I'm going to ask him afterwards. That's going to be my first question. Did you try and move the 9 or the 10 when you play? And you'll remember. You pool players remember every shot, don't you?
Yeah.
So this is going to be the 10 ball in the side, and we're not going anywhere because we just want to sit here and chat to you guys. Now, I've got a question for you, Daniel. You are married to a lovely American lady. You're originally from Switzerland, and I know you have a couple of children.
Yeah.
And they have dual nationality, of course. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Just stop me if I go somewhere where you don't want to go. I won't take any offence. You don't have to answer anything.
No, just kidding.
So, look, I know you're a huge fan of the Mosconi Cup, and it must be every player's dream if you come from America or Europe to play in a Mosconi Cup, right? It's the ultimate in pool, in my opinion, So, if you had the choice, who would you play for, or who can you play for?
Well, that's a very good question. Honestly, I don't really know the criteria for if you're like dual citizen, if you have dual citizenship for like Switzerland and the US, and if you can play for, if you can choose who you play for, or if you don't have to be able to play for a while.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good question. I think
Well, let me put you out of your misery. Let me try and help you a little bit here. There is a rule, and we were told in a little break we had by our friend Vincent Rochefort that if you choose to play for a different country, you cannot play, I think it's for 2 years, was it? Or 3? 2 or 3 years. You can't play in any WPA events. Would you, if you were guaranteed a slot for either America or Europe, would you not compete for 2 years? That kind of is a bit of a silly question because you'd need to qualify and you wouldn't have the ranking points to play. So how could that ever happen?
So, well, I mean, what you would sign up for is basically, don't play for 2 years and fight another 2 years to get in it. And I don't think it's reasonable, honestly. so yeah, I mean, just it's just like points and everything else. Just play the tournaments and do your best, and the rest will come by itself.
It's just a bit of fun, right?
Yeah.
That's answered that question.
Wow.
Meanwhile, they're still on the 1 ball, and Roland
missed that 1 ball
down the rail.
And now another chance.
Yeah, chance to go on the hill for Robbie Capito.
Good shot there. Does he get the angle to come down for the 3 ball?
Oh, this is nice. You can see. Is he going to run this round or is he going to draw it, do you think? Easy to draw.
Yeah, I think he will draw that one and tries to like aim for the 7, you know. You can draw it back with a decent amount of power and go into the 7, or you stun it over.
Yeah, what a shot that is. I tell you what, I've been quite impressed with this young man.
He's a little bit straight and with the cue ball on the rail.
Yeah, he's just looking to see if he can just steal a little bit of angle, just pinch it slightly.
Yeah, he needs to jack up. Huh?
Be careful not to hit this too hard. This is really difficult, isn't it? Oh, he's run it round, look. Wow.
Good shot.
Impressive stuff, Daniel. Doesn't really want to hold it. It'll give him the wrong angle on the 5 then. So just run this in.
Yeah, play it either low or top, and I guess ideal would be even to be middle table because you want to go one rail to the right and back. Yeah,
he's certainly
this
got
is
some
pretty
cue
perfect.
power.
Yeah, you know, you can play that bottom right, and naturally you will come onto the 6. Pretty standard shot for a player like him. And this is
that nice.
Yeah, it's actually perfect because you don't want to be straight, but also not an angle in between. So here he can just roll it in and still get a good angle on the 7 and not be on the rail with the cue ball.
Oh, went a little bit further, but it's okay.
Yeah, I think it's perfect. You know, now he's just aiming for pass with the cue ball just past the head string that you can see on the 10 on the table below the 9 ball.
Yeah, this is perfect. This is good stuff. It's getting exciting. Mr. Capito is going to be on the hill. Just this 9 and 10.
Yeah, maybe we see a Filipino shootout.
Certainly looking as if he's gaining confidence all the time. Robbie Capito started off a little bit nervously, and rightly so. And we'll be back with the conclusion of this set after the break. might be freezing cold outside. Lots of snow on the ground. Lots of silly Swiss running around in shorts. Inside, the heat of the battle.
I'm glad my brother is not listening to any of this.
He's just sat there. Is that him there? There he is there.
Yeah.
I'll have to shout it a little bit louder maybe. Okay, break
Exactly.
off then. Robbie Capito on the hill looking to make a ball first. And the one's gone in. So, has he got a shot on the two, Daniel? No.
Not really, huh? Not really.
Picks up the playing cue. He's going to have a look around. So tell us where you would be, or what would be going through your mind now? Are you thinking you're pushing? So where are you going to push to?
Well, in this situation, you know, if he... Yeah, it's difficult to play push out against Roland because he will attack whatever you give him if he can see a pocket. And if you leave him where he's going to leave him now, I think you can play a safety behind the 5-ball pretty easily. No?
Yeah.
That's why, yeah, I don't know.
You can even play to cut this in, you know.
Yeah, but to cut it in, you know, you're going to hit 5, 8 or 9 somehow.
I thought of cutting in the other side, coming thin that way.
I think he's going to... Is he attacking
Yeah,
it?
cool. He's
Or
attacking.
is he... I would probably play safety behind the 5 because, you know, you have so many balls there that can cover your cue ball.
He's called it in the right-hand corner.
Yeah, he attacks it.
Wow, look at that. Threaded it like a needle. Oh, where's the cue ball going? Right behind the 10. Well, a little smile. I'm sure he's not laughing on the inside, though. Picking up the jump cue, is he? Yeah. Just shortening it. There you see him unscrewing one of the parts of the air rush. The flying Filipino. Oh yeah, wisely calling his extension. And Jimmy D'Souza is our shot clock man, sat front row, having to concentrate every single shot. Wow, he jumped over that twice nearly. Oh, I tell you, he's left it.
Almost made it in, yeah.
Now, can he get the cue ball back up towards that 4-ball centre table? Needs to get somewhere near the...
I think the angle is pretty good since he can't play low, you know. I think he can roll it in and stop the cue ball somewhere before the 7 speed-wise.
So both players now have used their 30-second extension. They get one each per rack. And there's a buzz going around the Lower Dells ballroom here in the Ho Chunk Gaming Casino.
Yeah, and the 7 stops it for him.
Yeah, he's played this beautifully. And this is perfect. Needs to judge this though. Daniel, is he going to come out into centre table as well to take away any risk of
yeah, I think he needs to come center table rather than 2 rails and roll up towards the 9.
And he can kill 2 birds with one stone here.
Oh, perfect.
Has he come far enough? I was going to say maybe he'd like to be able to draw into the 8 here to develop the 8 slightly and keep himself on the 6, but he can't. He's gone for the jump cue, look.
That was just an inch too not enough. An inch too soft. But good chances. Probably 50-50 is going to make this one a get position if he makes it.
Oh, he got close to it.
How is he going to leave it?
Well,
that's not sold out.
I'll tell you what. know you're going to tell me I'm crazy again. And oh God, Mark, all you ever do is want to carry them into balls. I think carry them into the 7, into the 8 here off of the 5, and hold yourself on the 6. Well, he's caught it much too thin. Much too thin. Now then, this is the shot.
Yeah, this is the shot. I think I would probably play 2 rail, like cut the 5 and play the cue ball aiming for the 8 to stop it.
Sorry, did I just hear you say you're going to play into the 8 here?
Yeah. Well, in this case,
I'm not converting you, am I?
No.
To carry me.
In this case,
oh, he's played that beautifully, isn't he?
That's the right shot. Because the 8 makes your landing area so big.
Don't forget, guys, we've got a little bit of a short break after this match, and then we will be back 5 p.m. Central Standard Time with Mario He against Danny Olsen. And with me in the commentary booth for that one will be Hall of Famer and multiple world champion, the man who was 46 just 2 days ago. Darren Appleton will be in the booth with me. And there's no need to ask him who he'll play for in a Mosconi Cup, because he's played in loads. I think he's played in 7. I think he's won 7, actually, Darren Appleton.
So Robbie Capito is gonna make this 9 and 10, I think, and then it's 4-1 and 4-1 in the games, in those 2 sets.
It's going to be all about the shootout, ladies and gentlemen.
So another shootout that contributes to more than 30% on the second day.
In it goes. So the 10-ball shootout, we all know what it is by now. The 10-ball will be spotted where it is, racked in the rack, just behind the head spot. And there you see on your screens the diagram. Those 2 green areas are where the cue ball must be placed. And Roland Garcia will go first. And each player will play the same innings from the same side, and then we'll swap over to the other side. We'll play 4 innings, and then whoever has the most at the end of those 4 innings will go through. If we're level, then we will go to sudden death. And that box, Daniel, will shrink back by 1 diamond. So first one, successful for Roland Garcia. Now it's Robbie Capito to take his spot shot. How do you like to play these, Daniel? What's going through your mind now when you come to the table?
I like to, you see some players play it low with some outside English, and I personally like to just basically roll it in center, play it top. I think you see about 50-50 on those shots.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to get some stats, actually, as we see Robbie Capito make his first one. Be interesting to get some stats on the success of both of those different ways of playing it, which particular way is more successful. My personal opinion is I think I've seen more success with people playing below centre and playing the 2 or 3 rail back out rather than just the 1 rail. Just feel it lets you keep. Oh, I'm just saying that. He's really, really come across that one and missed it by a long way, Roland Garcia. So early advantage if he can make it.
To play it low with English, it just, if you don't stroke it very clean, you just have a bigger margin of error, I believe. If you roll it in,
you have to be more accurate if you're
yeah, but also more accurate on the cue ball, and you have to stroke very consistent. If you don't stroke nicely in one shot, you may twitch or whatever, and that's what happens. If you roll it in, I believe you have a bigger margin of error. You know.
He stroked that in beautifully. He's gone your way with that one. Played it nicely. So he has the early advantage. 2 innings each we've had so far. And he's 2-1 up.
So if Roland Garcia should go to the loser side here, after he missed one of the spot shots from the front, then there is so many players that are on the loser side, like Fedor Gorst, like
Catchy,
like, I don't know, Tyler, Mieszko, Fortunsky, Jonas.
Yeah, it's tough at the top and at the bottom.
Yeah, it's tough everywhere. The field is really strong.
Yeah, more and more players now.
But Roland made this one, so he missed one so far, and if Robbie Capito makes this one, then Roland knows he has to make it, and Robbie Capito would have to miss for Roland to stay in the game. If Robbie makes 2 balls more, then he made all 4, and then that's the match for him.
I think you've summed it up perfectly. And in it goes again, 100% record on the shootout. He's certainly stroking it very nicely.
Yeah, and I think Roland Garcia has one of the toughest shots right now, because you have in your, you have to make it in order to still be in the game and have to hope your opponent misses it.
Yeah.
So it's like, you want to make it, but you still have no guarantee for anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's horrible, right?
So, yeah, exactly.
Well, he's missed it anyway, so that's taken it out of the equation. We'll be back at 5 with the next match. Thanks for watching.